Hello guys, welcome back to Mothers of Angels channel. The beginning of this hasn't been easy for quite a number of people that I know, some who are close to me. They lost their loved ones due to the COVID-19 pandemic. We hope and pray things get better, as losing a loved one is not something that is easy. Today I'll be sharing with you my pregnancy journey. I'll start by giving you a brief background of how I gave birth to my other two children. I have two teenage boys, 17 and 14. When I gave birth to my first son, I had to have an emergency operation because the baby was not moving. I arrived at the hospital at 2 a.m. in the morning, early morning of the 4th of October 2003, after having labor pains. The doctor checked and told me that the baby was 3 centimeters. We waited 4 hours. He was still on 3 centimeters. The doctors decided to induce me so that the baby would move faster. But still, after another 5 hours, it was still 3 centimeters. This is when a decision was made by the gyno to consider C-section. It was something that I didn't really want to do because I always wanted to have a normal delivery. We then had to agree to proceed with the C-section because I was in so much pain, and also I was feeling tired of waiting. Imagine no food the whole day, you're pregnant, and they tell you not to eat the whole day. Apparently the umbilical cord was wrapped around his neck. This is why he was not moving. Anyway, thank God they did not force the baby to come out the normal way. Otherwise things could have gone bad. So that was it for the first child. I got pregnant with my second child again 2 years later. And when I got pregnant again, this time I was hoping I'd get a normal delivery. Because the first one was C-section. What happened is, apparently for some reasons, my baby was getting bigger and bigger, And me having a small body, my gyno kept telling me, let's hope your baby comes in time, because if it delays, you might not be able to push. Because he told me once you've been induced, once you've been operated, you cannot be induced again. So 40 weeks came and still the baby was not coming. So he told me, I'll give you another 7 days. If the baby doesn't come again by the 4th of October, I'm going to do a C-section for you. I was hoping and praying the baby would come normally before the date that I was given. Fortunately or unfortunately, it didn't happen, so I had to have a second C-section. So now the third time I got pregnant, there was no option except to have a C-section. So after 2 deliveries with C-section, the third one, they will not give you a chance. It's automatically a C-section. Because of that, I became reluctant to have another child. Was thinking about having a third operation. Besides, I always have issues with my pregnancies. They are not easy ones. I have severe persistent nausea and vomiting. Cannot eat most of the food one would normally eat. I have heightened sense of smell. That is very serious because I can't stand perfumed things, soaps, lotions, perfumes, and also a lot of food. So you can imagine my life when I'm pregnant. So what happened is, after 8 years of using the same contraceptive, I started having serious issues. I tried different medication prescribed by the doctor, but it didn't work. I also tried different tests because I was thinking maybe it was other issues. Still, they couldn't find any problem with me until the doctor advised me to stop completely to use the contraceptives. So he mentioned it would take a bit of time for the contraceptive to be flushed out of my system. So the probability was very high of me not getting pregnant anytime soon. But then what happened is, just after 3 months, I started having the pregnant symptoms again. But this time they were worse than the previous 2 pregnancies. So without even taking a test, I already knew I was pregnant. I brought my pregnancy tests and I saw it was positive. I informed the family. Everyone was so excited that we're going to have another baby. I remember at 4 months, we booked an appointment to have a scan to know the gender of the child. We went, the 4 of us, my husband and my 2 boys, baby girl, because everyone was hoping that it was going to be a baby girl. I also had faith that it was going to be a baby girl. The boys wanted to have a baby sister. My husband was also looking forward to having a baby girl. And I was also kind of desperate to have it, especially after having 2 boys. I always imagined having a baby girl. So the scan confirmed it was indeed a baby girl. You can imagine the joy we all felt on that day. I remember giving her a name on that day. After the scan, I gave my daughter the name Matipa, meaning you have given us. Indeed, we had been given a precious baby girl. With that pregnancy, I really suffered a lot. The nausea was worse than before. The sense of smell was also worse. I was always a bit tired. And also what I realized with that pregnancy, I became very antisocial. I didn't want to be around people. I just wanted to be alone, to be at home. If I'm not at work, I would be at home. I stopped visiting friends. I stopped visiting everyone close to me. I stopped doing activities that used to excite me. I just wanted to be by myself. In all this, I was too looking forward to having my daughter. I was looking forward to her coming to this world. Would always imagine dressing her up with pink clothes, accessories, doing her hair, all the things that a mother does for her daughter. So in the 9 months, I was busy imagining how life was going to be with my daughter. It was just, as much as the experience wasn't a good one in terms of the pregnancy, but I was so looking forward to having this baby. I was so looking forward to the 9 months. And I remember I worked so hard in my job because I used to get contracts. I was working as a consultant. So I worked till the last week that I was supposed to deliver. I was working so hard, looking forward to receive a new baby. Again, before I gave birth, the doctor confirmed she was too big. And I also gained a lot of weight. I was big as well because I was eating a lot of starch. Then that is the only food I could eat. Our staple foods. That's the main thing I could eat. A lot of other nice things I couldn't eat. This is the time I learned that you can actually drink anything without putting sugar. I stopped putting sugar in any of my tea, coffee, anything. I didn't like sweet things. So I was given a date for a C-section. Like I mentioned before, for the 3rd time, they don't give you an option, a C-section. So I was looking forward to the 5th of August, 2015. I was so looking forward to it. I remember the day before I prepared my bag. I put everything that is required in the bag. My husband was not around then, but my mom had come all the way from where she was staying just to be with me. So we're already early in the morning. We woke up. We're so excited because I knew I was going to deliver the girl that we'd all been waiting for a long time. Anyway, this is about the pregnancy. In my next episode, I'm going to share with you about the delivery of this precious girl, this precious angel. Stay tuned. Goodbye.